versus Utah State. Go Aggies.
Go Aggies.
Welcome back to R&R time. What? Okay. Welcome back to R&R time with Ruben and RyLee, where we talk about marriage, parenting, and have a weekly vent session.
Welcome. This is going to be our first official episode, and I'm excited about it. But first, I want to start out. I do a scripture study group every other week, and with just some mom friends, we get together. If they have littles at home, they bring them and they play, and we eat a little and we talk about the scriptures and about Jesus, and it's a good time. But one of the things one of the ladies said, she's like, can we start out with a sweet and salty moment of our week? And it was just so fun. And I had never heard it called that, but a sweet moment. So something good.
Two separate things.
Yeah, two separate things, sweet and salty. So a good moment from the week and then a salty, maybe something not so great. So do you want me to start? Because I'm just spurring this on you.
Yeah, because I have no idea.
Okay, so be thinking.
Sweet.
A sweet and salty from your week.
All right, give me an example.
Okay, well, I'll tell you mine. Sweet moment from this past week is I have been working on my children's books, which I'm super excited about. And we should have it done in 2025. 2026. Whoa. That is as sweet as I've been working on my children's books. We're very excited. My illustrator is amazing. And the goal is to have that released this year. My first one, we're actually thinking of releasing two together. So two together. And so that's been really exciting. So that's my sweet, one of my sweets. And then a salty moment is...
Oh, you're not talking about just this week. You're just talking about in general.
No, this past week. Yeah. Past week.
That happened this last week?
Yeah. And the previous couple of weeks, but
All right, keep going.
So then a salty for me this week is my eyes are, so with my skin inflammation, my eyes have been struggling. And thankfully it's not like how it was a few months ago where they were constantly watering. But they are really red and inflamed again. And my mom called me today and she was asking me about it. And I was like, it actually never left, because I think the misconception is it went away and then it's returned for some reason. But what it was is I took steroid drops, which helped my eyes and helped the redness and the itchiness. And then obviously you can't be on steroids long term. So when the steroid drops were done, the red eye came back. And we did two different things of steroid drops, and it's just not working. And I just don't trust always relying on medicine like that. And I just don't know what's going on with my eyes, but I do feel like it's related to my skin, because I've noticed when my skin inflammation is worse, my eyes get worse, to the point where I have pictures where my redness for my skin came around one eye, and then that eye was red. And then when it came around my other eye, the other eye was red, which was just kind of crazy. So that's my salty. It's just irritating. I'm uncomfortable. I was at the park today with friends and the wind came. And they just were really agitated to the point where we had to leave the park because it was just really irritating. So anyways, it's frustrating, and it's frustrating not knowing what's going on with my eyeballs. They just attribute it to allergies. But I thought with the season changes, it would get better, but it's just remained the same. We've been dealing with this since August. It's February.
Yeah.
So
it's
that's
been
frustrating.
Salty. You've been salty.
I've been salty. I've been salty, if you will. Yes, about the eyeballs. So, yeah. Okay, so what about you?
Shoot. Why didn't you prepare me for this? I don't know. This past week, I feel like I have to look at my calendar to see what I even did. The Super Bowl was disappointing. I guess that's salty.
Okay, that's your salty. Right.
The Super Bowl was disappointing. It wasn't even a good game. It was just kind of boring.
Yeah,
I feel like it was just... I mean...
The Patriots didn't really give them a game.
The sweet was we went over to a friend's house and watched it with them, and it was fun to be with other people, and our kids played basically the whole time. And
yeah, so you could focus on the game because the kids were entertained with their friends.
Yeah. So that was sweet. The salty part was the game was boring. It was not even a good game.
Yeah.
I think I knew that the Seahawks were going to win, but I was kind of hoping the Patriots would give them a good game.
And Ruben typically cheers for the underdog, which in this case was the Patriots, right?
Yeah, and I'm not fans of I'm not a super fan of the Patriots or the Seahawks. I just wanted to have a good game. I didn't really care who won.
Yeah.
Actually, I was going for the Patriots because Livy was going for the Seahawks.
He likes to create contention in our home. Just kidding.
So if I don't have a team that I'm going for, I'll go for whoever's facing the team my daughters are going for. And they were going for the Seahawks. So I was like, all right, well then I want the Patriots.
Why do you want to go against them?
I think, our girls didn't really watch football till 2 years ago when the whole Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Then they got really excited about the Super Bowl.
And the Super Bowl came to Las Vegas, and it was the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, and it was in Las Vegas. It was
in Las Vegas. They're playing the 49ers. Livy really wanted the Chiefs to win, of course, because of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. So I said, all right, I'm going for the 49ers. And I did like the 49ers. Wouldn't call myself a super fan, but I liked cheering for the 49ers because Livy was cheering for the Chiefs.
Yeah, it was.
And the 49ers lost.
It makes it fun. Huh? It makes it fun. And she's
it does make it fun
because
Livy gets competitive. Yeah, Ruby and Emily don't care so much. Livy can get competitive with things, even she doesn't really care that much about. Our child. Yeah.
My child.
Oh, so I was going for the Patriots because Livy was going for the Seahawks, and just wasn't a fun game to watch.
Yeah, boo.
The halftime show was pretty good, though.
The halftime show was really good.
There's a lot of controversy around it, but
loved it.
Entertaining, though.
Entertaining. I love the message.
That might be
it was great.
That might be a hot take for some people.
That might be a hot take.
Some people did not agree with that halftime show, but I thought overall it was. I didn't even know what he was saying. Maybe we don't want to know what he was saying.
I loved the children involved. I loved.
Yeah, but it was fun. There's lots of dancing. Loved the show of the culture. I thought it was good. Yeah. So honestly, that was my favorite part.
Your sweet is the halftime show. Your salty is the game.
Yeah. Well, the sweet was also being with friends.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sweet and salty. All right. Okay. So then I wanted to share just like a thought, maybe something that's like kind of made you think about something a little more deeper this week. And for me, my thought for the week is how funny it is that I am truly an introvert at heart. And this last week has about killed me. I'm not going to lie, because and it's not even the whole week. Like literally, we're just talking Sunday Super Bowl with friends, which is great. Okay. Don't get me wrong. These are great things to socialize, but we had Sunday Super Bowl with friends. Monday, I had a scripture study group at my house. Tuesday, I hosted a bunko group at my house. And then Wednesday, we had Joy School at the park where we did like a Valentine's thing. So it's like all the moms getting together, play groups, which I actually don't usually go to like play group type things because I'm a little bit of an introvert, and not that I don't like it. It's just, it's a little draining for me.
So you said you're an introvert, wannabe extrovert?
No, I don't even want to be. Okay, wait, but let me wait. Let me finish.
You have some.
But wait, let me finish because, and then we have Thursday. Thursday's pretty low key. I mean, we do have like soccer and dance and all that, but I don't really have to socialize. And then Friday we have another like play group Valentine's swap thing. And then Saturday we have like, we're going to like our nephew's soccer game, and then we have a date night. Okay. So it's a busy week, right? And it just made me think, because I think the misconception is that introverts don't like to be social. And I think okay, here's my take on it. I think you're an introvert if you have all of these like social situations and it drains your energy rather than feeds your energy. That's what I think an introvert is. So it's not that I'm like, I can't talk or I don't want to socialize. Like I will.
You can just do it only for a certain
I just can only do it for a certain amount of time because then it like drains me and I need time to recover. Like I need time to recover from social situations where like my good friend, she is an extrovert to her core. Like if there's something going on, she wants to be there. She also has severe FOMO, but like she wants to be there. She wants to be involved. She wants to be out of her house almost every day, socializing with people. If people are like, hey, I'm going, because we have like this play group chat with like people locally. And if somebody's like, hey, I'm going to this park, my friend's like, I'm there. Like if she can be there, she's there. Where for me, I'm like, ooh, like probably 90% of the time, I'm like, I'd rather not. Does that make sense? Like, yeah. It kind of just drains me. But I will host and I'll do stuff. And I love getting together with friends. But it's just something that like I have to manage time-wise or like space out, or it really takes a lot out of me. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. And I think I'm the same way.
You're the same way. Yeah. And I've heard of couples where like there's two, right? There's like one who's kind of an extrovert and one who's an introvert. And that can be in conflict, right? Because you try to like show up for what your spouse needs. But also it's kind of good because it forces you to kind of have a balance. Where I feel with us, like most of the time we keep to ourselves. Do you not agree?
Yeah, I would agree. Who do you think is more of an extrovert?
Probably me.
Yeah.
Well, for a couple of reasons. One, because and I wonder if it's also a female thing. Like, I feel like boys need friends too. But like, I feel like girls like need social interaction and friends to like thrive emotionally. And so there's that. But then like, I just am more of I will be the one to be like, hey, let's have people over. Like I will do that occasionally, but not often because I found it funny. It was my turn to host Bunko and I've been a part of this Bunko group for like over a year now. But last year I was really sick, so I missed a lot. So I actually didn't host at all last year. So this is my first time hosting. And I found it funny when some of the ladies walked in the door and acted like they've never been here before. Because
they haven't.
They haven't. That's my point. Yeah. It's like I've been friends with a lot of these. Well, like I call myself friends. Like I've been friends with them for a long time. But like.
But I've never met them.
A lot of them have never been in our house. And there's some you've never met.
I feel like you've met more of my friends than I've met of your friends.
No.
I mean, I've met your friends that we go to church with.
Well, yeah.
But your other Bunko friends or
situation, but
play date group friends or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
you don't
never met them. I don't even know their names.
But I feel that
you know the names of all my friends.
No. That's not true. I forget their names. I get it mixed up. I've heard of them, but I feel like here's the difference is you have this different life. You have your work life that I wish I could kind of be like a fly on the wall and like experience what that is. I feel like you have this whole different life and world. And in that world, you have all these people that I don't know, right? Like people I've never met or I've barely met or socialized with are in your world regularly, which is pretty interesting, right? But then
people I would consider my friends. I have my
own too. I have my own world, and that world consists of moms and play groups and stuff, typically for like our toddlers that you're not a part of very often. So it's like we both have these kind of separate friend groups that like we actually don't socialize or know very well at all. And I would say you'd say coworkers or something.
Not necessarily friends. Of course, I have a lot of people that I work with.
Yeah.
And that I talk to every day.
But
of course, you're not going to know, but they're not friends. People that I've actually hung out with, you've met before, and we've hung out with them before. maybe once or twice.
I feel like that's like using Hangout loosely.
Okay, loosely, but I've never hung out with your friends.
No, you have.
But here's the thing, other than the ones I know from church.
Yeah, because the ones that are friends with me at playgroup, a lot, like there's some that I am meeting at playgroup that they're friends, but they're not friends. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some that are my friends that are friends at those events, but like we don't actually socialize outside of those events very much. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's more like an event we go to, like a mom group that we go to an event, but it's not necessarily a friend I'd call when I'm sick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lot of those that you don't know because I barely know them truly because I don't go to playgroup very often. Okay. But like I've met them, right? So then I'll tell you like, oh, so-and-so's moving away. And you're like, who's that? But I've only really socialized with them in those group settings.
Okay.
So it's kind of like my coworkers.
Yeah. Okay, but you were saying that you are more of the extrovert because
out of our relationship. I am an introvert, and I've been finding too that like our introvertness is kind of trickling down to our children, particularly our oldest. She's an introvert. She's very social, but she's an introvert. She kind of gets drained in large group settings. She could just be home reading her books. But she's a great life of the party friend when she's with friends, but she is more of an introvert. You know what I'm saying? Like she like enjoys the social setting, but she wants space.
Yeah, I could see that for Livy.
Yeah.
Same with Emily.
Probably same with all of them. Maybe not Ruby. Not Ruby. And
Elsie is shy, but I think she will be an extrovert.
I don't know. I'm not sure because she does look forward to coming home. She has fun there. And then she's like, done. I'm not sure. I mean, she's undecided.
What are you, an extrovert or an introvert?
Extrovert or introvert or a social introvert?
Social introvert. I mean, I feel like I like being around people. I do. I mean, I think it's good to socialize. I like going to social things. But yeah, I mean, I like coming home and chilling too.
I'd say most of the time we prefer to stay at home. Like when the moms of the soccer team were going out to socialize, and I was like, kind of sounds like my nightmare.
Well, maybe because you just don't know them. But I feel like if the guys said something, I would go.
You would?
Yeah.
Really?
So maybe I'm more of an extrovert than you.
Maybe you're just more down to try new things. I don't know. Yeah, but I was just like, that sounds really awkward and uncomfortable.
I mean, because I'll go golfing.
I'd rather sit at home.
I'll go golfing with anyone, random.
Well, that's different. That's because you just love golf. That's different.
No, but I don't mind. I don't mind socializing. And then get paired
with somebody, and you're like, "Woo! I'm just here for the golf."
No, I get paired with people all the time, and I feel like it's always a good time.
That's different because you're golfing. You could golf. You golf by yourself, and you're happy.
I don't golf by myself anymore.
Well, when you were starting out, you did.
But now I don't. It's not like a thing for me to go golf by myself. I have to go with people. Kind
of leads us to what I want to talk about today. Today, I want to talk about friendships, adult friendships specifically.
Okay.
Because adult friendships are very interesting and hard and take a lot of work and investment, I feel like. Adult friendships are hard in general, but I feel like you add kids and it's so much harder.
It's harder. Yeah.
Because we're so busy.
Because there's too many things. Yeah. You got to accommodate children.
Yeah.
And you can't really socialize with people when there's children around. No, and you're having to leave and attend to needs. And
right.
Yeah, it's a lot harder.
It's a lot harder. And if you don't, so here's a few elements,
and your
right?
kids have to get along.
Your kids have to get along. They have to be close to the same age. And I feel like similar schedules, which is like impossible. Because our kids are very busy. We have 2 in competitive soccer and 1 who does dance. I'd say between the three of them, we have soccer and dance like every single day.
Yeah.
Apart from Sunday, but honestly on Sunday most of the times too.
For tournaments. Yeah.
For tournaments. So we have stuff scheduled on our calendar for our children every day. And so that alone makes it very hard to plan stuff.
So we become friends with the parents.
So that's the other thing. That's interesting. That's an interesting thing, is because our friends truly become the ones we socialize with at soccer or at dance, which generally speaking, we're not at dance very much because we can't even watch our kid dance.
You don't care for dance, parents.
No, that's not it. What it is like there's not a window, or there's not even like some dance studios have a window you can watch in, or like has a camera. Hers doesn't have either. And so there's really no point in being there. Like you can't watch her.
But also they're different.
Stop. We don't know. He's literally, you're not there. Huh? You're never there.
I'm a dance hater.
They're the same.
Just kidding.
No. But no, like our friends have become like our soccer friends, soccer parent friends, because they're who we're with every single day. We're with them at practices, and which is funny because our kids are like, when are we having a play date? We never have a play date. And we're like, you guys are having it right now at soccer practice.
Every single day.
Every single day.
And they're best friends.
Are their friends.
Yeah,
because they spend the most time with them.
They're best friends.
Yeah, they're best friends, but they're a soccer team and they're soccer friends because we spend so much time, right? And so that's also an interesting thing is, like, generally speaking, like that's who you're going to socialize with. And then you make time because your kids are getting along and they're the same age. They're the same age, same schedule. So that's interesting, right? Because you're already knocking off the check boxes. Same age, getting along, and same schedule. If they're doing like the same activities. So when you have friends who are your friends, but don't do the same activities, don't have the same schedule, it makes it difficult to plan and do those things, right? So adult friendships take a lot of work. And I was just thinking about like friends in high school are everything. That's like your whole world, you know, when you're in high school.
True. Yes.
Like you had a good group of friends in high school, right?
I did. I had a lot of good friends in high school.
So the question is are you still friends with those people?
Yeah. I mean, I guess what would you consider? I mean, if I don't hang out with them, does that mean we're not friends?
No, not necessarily. I'm just asking, are you still friends with them? And what does that look like now? Like how many years?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say we're still friends. I feel like I haven't seen a ton of my friends since college or high school.
How long ago?
Which is
15 years.
Wow, no, coming up on 17 years.
17 years.
That's crazy. It'll be 17 years at the end of this school year.
Okay, so you're
17 years since I graduated from high school.
Okay, you're 17 years removed from a lot of these.
I was 17 when I graduated from high school. I could have been born and graduated again. Holy cow.
Like, is that not crazy? So you say that you're still friends with them.
Okay.
So how?
Well, we do fantasy football.
Okay.
We've got a Logan Zeros, what we call ourselves. Logan Zeros Fantasy Football.
Shout out Logan High School.
Shout out Logan High School. Shout out we're supposed to not mention names?
No, it's fine. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, shout out Spencer Champlin for throwing that every year, getting us together to do fantasy football virtually. So, well,
and sometimes didn't you guys like Zoom to do your draft?
Do like a Zoom for the draft. And honestly, we don't really see each other at all. And honestly, I do it just because it's fun to kind of reconnect and have at least some chance to talk to people from high school. But this last season, I didn't even pay attention. I think I was last, maybe. Yeah. Like, I didn't really do it for the fantasy football. It was more just to, for friends. But there's fantasy football. I mean, social media, of course. We don't really communicate with friends, but you can see what's going on with their families. It's good to see what everyone's doing. I feel like social media is good for that type of thing.
Yeah.
To kind of just keep tabs on
you get like
what's
updates.
going on with people's lives.
Yeah, it's nice. And I feel like there's sometimes where you're like in that group text and you're like, hey, did you know so-and-so moved here? You know, like it's kind of fun to like, so they're still your friends, but that friendship looks different, right? Like obviously you don't spend time with them. They're not close in proximity.
And it's funny because when you see them, like I feel like we go to Logan, we see people that we've went to high school with that we haven't seen in years, and you see them and you're like, man, we have so many memories together. Like,
like core memories.
But at the same time, like this person has already built so many other core memories after you had been friends. Like they have a whole life after we were friends that we have no idea about. And we'll see them and then just say, hello, how are things? Talk for maybe a few minutes and then never see them again for another few years.
Yeah, you know? Which is crazy. But I feel like the real friends, it's easy to like have those conversations. You almost like pick up where you left off a little bit.
I mean, I guess let's say my best friend obviously was George.
Yeah.
You know.
And you see him more often.
Yeah. I mean, basically considered him a brother, you know, growing up. And so I see him. I still don't see him that often, but at least a few times a year, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I was trying to think about like what that looks like for me. And I feel like there's been years, right? Or like with your fantasy football, it's like you maybe reconnect once a year, kind of like it's like you reconnect for a short time and then you kind of stop talking for a little bit and then you reconnect again, you know?
Right.
I was thinking about that with my friends because I feel like there's been different times, different seasons of where like we haven't talked and then all of a sudden we're like talking again. And I was thinking of what that looks like. And social media for sure is one, but Marco Polo is like an app where you can do video messages, which has been so nice for like us, for moms, because you can like leave a quick video message and then they can come on at their own time and like respond back to you. And you get to see them, like you see their kids, you see their world, their life. It's fun. And so I've just been doing that a little bit more frequently with some of my best friends from high school. And it's just been really nice. And then there's a couple, because not a lot of them have moved away from like where we grew up, but there's a couple who are still in that town. And then when we go back to Logan to visit, because like our parents are both still there, sometimes we meet up with them, which is really fun too. I'm like, oh, you remember my friend? My kids like kind of remember them and know them a little bit and their kids because they're still in town. But for those who like, one of my best friends from school is in Canada. Like I don't even think I've seen her since college. Like it's been.
Or know her kids or.
Yeah. Like it's just kind of crazy. But because we've like reconnected recently, especially on like Marco Polo and stuff, it's like I see her kids. I feel like I get to know them. Like we say hi to each other. It's cute. And it's a fun way to like.
That makes me think like.
Stay connected.
It's amazing what technology can do for, you know, staying connected with people.
Yeah.
You know, as you're saying that, I was just thinking like, how did our parents stay in touch with their friends?
They didn't.
It's like they didn't. Like they really don't know what's going on with their friends. They could have someone that, never mind, died or something. They don't even know.
I mean, that's true.
Other than through word of mouth, but it's like through social media, through all these Marco Polo, all these things, like we can at least see what's going on, you know, if they're sharing.
And if they're sharing is a big if, because there's one I just was looking at, one of my friends that she was one of my good friends since like second grade. And I went to her Instagram because I was like, I haven't seen Ashley in a while. So I went to, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I feel like I just like, it's weird because I almost like her face is so familiar, but I also felt like it like distant, you know, because I just haven't even seen her.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen her. We were roommates in college. Like we were so close all our lives. So we cheered together. We were roommates in college. We grew up playing soccer together, like all the things. And then I went back to her Instagram and she hasn't posted in forever. Like her last post was probably in 2019 or something. But I was like, oh man, I miss Ashley. Like I haven't seen her in forever. And it was just kind of weird to think like, okay, how long ago was, I don't know, like I graduated in 2014?
Oh, from college.
I graduated college in 2014. That's probably around the time I last saw her, which is now over 10 years ago, which is crazy. You know, like she's got all these babies that I don't like know. And we have so many core memories. But I was also thinking about like when you were talking about like they've lived this whole other life. Yes, that's true. But also there's nothing like your childhood friends. I was thinking there's like a song. There's a song by Ben Rector. Ben Rector has a song where he's like, something like they're the only ones who know my parents' backyard. Yeah. Or something. There's like a line in that song.
You can't make
you're going to look it up.
You can't make old friends.
Oh, yeah. That's what it says. But anyways, there's that line in that song where it's like only like your old friends know your parents' backyard. And it's like, man, all these core memories, like they know how I was raised. They know what my parents were like, what it was like with my siblings. Like,
yeah.
You know, running around town, trying to catch the city bus, going to the mall and hanging out, like all of the like core memories from our childhood. And those are so fun to reminisce on. And actually thinking about that. So my friend in Canada, Taylor, she's amazing. Anyways, I've reconnected with her a lot recently and she's one of my favorite people ever. And it makes me sad that like we've had years not talking, because she's literally the best. And
and you forgot to give her a happy birthday video?
Ruben, I feel bad about that. And Taylor still hasn't responded. Taylor? Just kidding. No, they were like her Canada friends were putting together a happy birthday video. And so she's a triplet. Anyways, so she has two other sisters that have the same birthday. And one of them reached out and was like, hey, can you make a video for her? And I wanted to so bad. But like we were out of town. We were in Washington. I was surrounded by family. We were all staying in the same Airbnb. It was just hard. And then I got really sick and I was like, it was just rough.
It's called Old Friends.
Old Friends. Old Friends by Ben Rector.
Old Friends by Ben Rector.
You can grow up, make new ones, but truth is nothing like old friends.
You can't make
old friends. You can make new friends, but you can't make old friends.
You can't make old friends. So Taylor,
shout out to all the old friends.
Shout out to all our old friends who still care enough about us to listen to this. Just kidding. No, but okay. So going back to Taylor, I wanted to do this video message for her. I couldn't do it. I just got busy and then I was sick. Anyways, I felt really bad. So then I was making a video message for her. Like I was late, so it probably wasn't a compilation. Compilation or compilation? How do you say that?
I don't know. We know what you mean though.
Compilation. Probably wasn't a compilation with all her other friend videos, so I'm sad about that. But I just sent her a Marco Polo, told her happy birthday, and the prompt from her sister was like share like a favorite memory of Taylor. You know what I shared? Memory that popped into mind, and there's been a couple, but one. Okay, we had soccer tryouts, and I have like bladder issues when it comes to nerves. So we had like this 15-minute run and it's just to go back and forth on the field. And it's so hot. It's like tryout time in the middle of the summer. We had 2-a-days. You could literally see the heat waves coming off of the turf. Like you remember, This is so hot, right? But like it was tryouts and I wanted to make sure like I did good, right? But I had to pee. I had to pee, but I didn't want it to look like the coaches I was trying to get out of that 15-minute run, you know, and you're kind of like tracking like how, like your pace and like how many times you're going across the field and stuff. Anyways, I didn't want it to look bad and try to leave. Like I was trying to like cut out, you know? And so I just peed my pants. As I was running, I just peed my pants because I didn't want to dip out and have it affect tryouts. So I peed my pants. So I told Taylor, who's a real one, I was like, Taylor, I just peed my pants.
Oh my gosh.
I was so embarrassed. And when it was done, I was like, I don't want anyone to know. I'm just going to like pour water all over me like I was really hot. And she was like, oh, I will too. That's when you know you got a real friend. She literally, we poured it all over, especially in that area, but we poured water all over. It's like, people are like, what are you guys doing? We're like, we're just really hot.
So how did you mask the smell, though?
We did not. So hopefully it wasn't sitting there long enough to smell. Jeez. Anyways, needless to say,
That's a real friend.
I made the team, but yes, that is a real friend. And I was thinking about that because I made her video message and I'm like, I'm going to tell my girls that story because I want my girls to be a real friend, you know? Like I want them to be a good friend. And she's one of those. And I had a lot of good friends from high school and from college, and we're still in touch through social media and stuff. But I found that it's hard for me. I think this is part of it is because, and maybe other like social media people or like influencers, people who are on social media a lot can relate to this. But I found it hard because I am online a lot, right? So I feel like my friends don't communicate with me very much because they feel like they get that from me. Like they see me, they know my updates, they know my life. Like those who care, they see me, right? They see me in my stories, they see the updates. I feel like they get it, but then it's one-sided for me. Like I feel like I don't hear from them. And they probably are like, oh yeah, I know RyLee, I know what she's up to, whatever. So then they don't touch base with me, right? And then I've found that I
was just at work today and someone came up to me and was like, I feel like I know you and your family.
Oh, shoot.
I'm like, that's why you need to keep me out of your stories.
And now you're on
She's like, I feel like I know you already. She's asking me questions. She's like, but I feel like I know you already. I'm like, oh, great.
That's there's nothing bad
I mean,
that.
I guess there's nothing wrong with that.
Paint you in a good light. Yeah, no, but I've seen that, like, for me, it's like, it makes me feel lonely sometimes because I'm outputting, but I'm not getting the input from other people. Does that make sense? Even my own family, I feel like they don't reach out to me as often because it's like, oh, we see her updates. We know what's going on, but like they're not like calling me to find out what's going on because they see it. And then I feel like no one's reaching out to me.
Because they're like, you already told us how your day is going.
Exactly. But I've found that like if I want that connection, I have to take initiative and reach out to people specifically. Because they don't tend to reach out to me as often. I think because of that.
Interesting.
Yeah. See? Just like the person you ran into. You just already know.
I feel like I just don't reach out to people.
You don't. You actually need to get better at that. Do you feel like that's something you can work on?
I mean, if that's what you think I need to work on.
No. You're not going to work on it unless you feel like you need to work on it. But I feel like especially with like family, something we could work on.
Yeah.
Because we don't live by family.
We don't. And you're right. I don't, well, and I admit it, I don't reach out to my family to see how things are going.
No, and I think that also comes with your lack of your lack of communication. What I'm saying is like you're not much of a talker. And so you don't tend to call and chat. Like you just don't do that. You don't talk on the phone. Like even with me, like if we're on the phone, it's like get to the point, done, hang up. Like we don't really, I guess when you're out of town, we chat more, but
yeah.
But not, we keep
But I
our
don't like to
conversations
just talk
brief.
on the phone.
No, you don't. And I think that's okay. That's just part of your personality. But what I'm saying is...
Unless it's about something like we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like if it's for a purpose. I don't like to just call and talk.
And like touch base, right?
Yeah.
But the problem
I could do better.
The problem is like you could call and be like, hey, how's your life going right now? Like I haven't talked to you in a while. And maybe there's actually something they would wanted to share with you. But like we just don't reach out, Because we're not big talkers. You.
Well, me.
Yeah, you.
Definitely.
Anyways, that brings me to the next area of friendship is couple friends. Let's chat couple friends.
Which I feel like are the best friends.
They're the best friends.
I mean, because if you can meet a couple that
you both
get along with, then it's like you can find things to do together.
Yeah.
And not be like, okay, you go hang out with your friends and I'm going to go hang out with my friends. It's like, we'll plan like a double date or something.
Yeah.
And make it, and it'll be more fun.
Yeah.
And then there's someone else that can talk to you.
But I feel like that's hard. It's hard to find a good couple friend. seems like, where you both get along really well. It's like maybe one of us will and one of us not as much.
I don't feel like it's that hard. I feel like I can get along with most of your friends' husbands.
That's good.
I don't feel like you could get along. No.
I think I could. I just don't think we get together with them.
I guess my friends are just cooler than yours. Just kidding.
Whoa.
Just jokes. Jokes.
No, but when you were saying that, like when you were talking about your friends here and me knowing your friends, I don't know what you're talking about. I feel like I don't know your friends.
Who are my friends that you could think of?
Tom, Travis.
That's it? See, you know them all. I'm just kidding.
But like, here's the thing though. One of them he's not actually in Vegas. He's like an hour away. And so I don't ever see his wife.
Yeah, I haven't seen his wife in a while either.
I don't ever see his wife. And the other one, like I've seen her maybe once, but it's just because we're so busy with like the kids and stuff. And we don't actually plan dates together.
I guess we don't really hang out. It's just, if you were to say friends, that's who I guess I would say.
Well, okay. So then you spend time with your friends kind of separately, like occasionally when you go golf or something. And then for me, I spend time with my friends kind of separately, like maybe in the day, right? Like with the toddlers and the babies, like sometimes we meet up.
Yeah. Our closest friends are ones that we have been able to have couples as friends. Like those are our closest friends.
And even like our soccer friends, it's interesting because like we've been on the same teams for years and we actually only became better friends like the last like couple of years. And I think just because it takes time to like,
and because competitive soccer, we're with each other more often.
Yeah, that's true. Competitive is different than the rec.
Yeah.
But okay. So anyways, since you were talking about, you have a couple of friends, I want your take on male friendships, and then I'm going to give my take on female friendships, because I feel like the way you nurture male friendships looks different than the way I nurture female friendships.
Just doing things together. I feel like if there's anyone that I golf with, that's usually who I would consider my friend.
Yeah, like similar hobbies.
But I don't feel like, even with those people, I don't like just sit down and talk. Maybe we'll go to lunch sometimes.
Well, that's something like lunch, text group. You guys are on your own.
Oh, that's true.
You're on
text groups.
Sending each other gifts.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like
making songs about each other. Let's be honest. You've nurtured this friendship.
Yeah.
You've written songs about them.
AI songs. Yeah, just fun friendships. I feel like
you guys made t-shirts.
Okay. That's true. But I don't know. I feel like those are definitely good like activity friendships. Like we do things together. I've had old friends that I've been deep with.
What does
like
deep with? Like,
I don't know.
Like conversation.
Conversation.
Okay.
I don't know. I just keep going back to old friends and how those I feel like were my closest friendships. I feel like in the past, someone I would consider a strong friend would be someone that I was able to like share secrets with.
Yeah.
You know, whereas now that's you, right?
There's nothing wrong about that.
I feel like deeper friendships like that before we're married, you know, are harder to have when you're married, because a lot of that closeness and those secrets and things like they're only between me and you.
And they should be.
Which they should be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
there's
it's harder.
Some things you can share.
It's harder to develop once you're married and you have that, like I have you to like be that close with. Yeah. It's hard to do that with other people.
Yeah.
You know, to have a friend where I can open up and tell secrets to, and like, not that I have a lot of secrets, but
That being said, I feel like there's a list of friends, and it may be a small list of like, if you had something really heavy or something, like you could call them.
True. Yeah.
Right. And I think that says a lot. I think those people who come to mind when you're like struggling, or if you just need someone outside to talk to, those are your real friends, right? Like,
yeah.
And you maybe don't do that very often.
No, I don't do that at all. At all.
But you know who you could.
Yeah.
Like, say for argument's sake, I died and it was really heavy, right? Like, and it doesn't have to be that heavy, but I'm just saying.
Wow.
Like, I'm just saying you would have a couple of people that you could call and just like chat with, even though I don't know if you would, just because of how you emotionally internalize things. But
are you trying to get into how I emotionally internalize things?
No, it's not a therapy session.
But yes, I do have those friends. I feel like, yeah, they're old friends. Obviously, my family, though. That's probably what I turn to, is my family, But anyways, like I was saying, like before we were married, I had those friendships.
Yeah.
People that, because you're not married, anyways, I don't know where I'm going with that. But like I said, it's harder to develop those types of relationships after you're married.
I actually watched a video just recently, and it was they called it, let me look it up. Companionate love. It's kind of what you're saying. They called it companionate love. And what that is you're in your marriage or your love, right? They become your best friends. So if you have the marriages that last, they said, are the ones that have companionate love. And what that means is it's not just like passion or whatever. It's like really, we are each other's best friends. And those are the marriages that are like sustainable, because like what you're saying, like we turn to each other at those times versus like outward. And I think that's a good thing, Yeah.
So what does female friendship look like?
I'd say pretty similar, like similar activity interests. I would say it also looks like I feel like a really good female adult friendships look like somebody who gives a lot of grace. And what I mean by that is I was actually sharing that with my scripture study group, because I was sharing in terms of like my health issues. And I heard this quote that like really has stuck with me and actually helped me a lot. And what it is a person can only show up for you as much as they're able to show up for themselves. And the reason why it impacted me so much, do you want me to say it again?
A person can only show up for you as much as they can.
As much as they're able to show up for themselves. As much as
they're able to show up for themselves.
Yeah. And the reason why it really impacted me was because it did two things for me. One, that quote gave me more grace for myself. Okay. So like there are times with chronic health issues where like I wanted to be the one to help my friend when they were in need. I wanted to be the one to show up and be there. But what chronic health issues does is it makes you a flaky person. And I hate that about me. Like it makes it so like
a flaky person.
Yeah, in multiple ways. In more ways than one.
Skin flaky person.
So gross. Yes, my skin flakes. But no, it makes me a flaky person in that like I can fully plan and have good intentions on being somewhere, and the day of feel really sucky. And like I have to flake, And so stop laughing at the word flake, okay?
Because you're literally flaking.
Stop it. It's really gross and it causes PTSD, okay?
It's a lot of flakes for sure.
Oh my gosh. Can we not? Let me finish with the good thought, okay? So the good thought is it gave me grace because I can't always show up for my friends in the ways that I want to, because I can barely show up for myself. Okay. And then what that quote also did is it made me give other people more grace, gave myself more grace, and then other people. So if friends are not showing up for me, maybe there's something in their life going on that is more important for them at that moment, right? Like maybe they're dealing with their own issues, their own struggles, their own parenting journey, right? Which oftentimes is making you look inward versus outward. And as much as I want and have good intentions to look like outward, sometimes I just can't, like I am at my capacity and I can't do extra, right? So I feel like really good female adult friendships look like giving each other grace in the seasons that we're not there. And not just being like, oh, well, this friendship's not working for us. It can't work. Rather than...
Oh, like they do in Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Just kidding. We shouldn't have brought that up.
Actually, yeah, kind of. That's fine to bring that up.
It's like, you didn't show up to my launch party.
Ruben? Okay, the reason why he said...
hold on.
The reason why he said I shouldn't bring it up is, first of all, you just witnessed, he knows. He's watched every season. There's nothing to be ashamed about.
There is something to be ashamed about.
Nothing to be ashamed of. Ruben knows Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. But yeah, the launch party example, or others, or like when, what's her bucket? Jen was sick, struggling with prenatal depression, and they were not giving her grace for that. Like, those aren't good friends. You need a friend who's going to give you grace for the hard seasons when you are at your capacity and cannot show up as a friend. Does that make sense? So and then I need to give myself grace, because there's sometimes I so wish I could be there, but I just can't, right? So for example, this past year, I've met maybe some of the best friends I've ever had since moving to Las Vegas. And our daughter, she just might be joining us. And those friends, one, they showed up for me when I was struggling most. And then they also gave me grace when I wasn't showing up back because I couldn't. Hey, princess.
Hi, see?
This is just going to show.
Well, look at those dirty feet.
We are trying
Let's hide
to make
those things.
the podcast work.
Okay, lay down, little girl.
I'm sleepy. Anyways, so I'd say female friendships look like giving each other grace. The real friends are the ones you can go a while without talking, like I did with my high school friends, and then start back up where you left off, because there's lots of different seasons you go through, right, of struggle and motherhood and all the things. I also think female relationships look like, and friendships look like, just texting each other, checking in to see how people are doing. It looks like somebody bringing you dinner. It looks like my friend today gave my child a gift because she thought of my kid.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It looks like, it looks like acts of service. It looks like, showing love. It looks like compassion. It looks like empathy. It looks like crying with you when you've had a miscarriage. That's what female friendships look like. Sometimes it looks like, setting up assigned times to meet up. And other times it's just showing up and dropping in.
Oh, give grace to people.
Yeah,
that
grace,
don't
and
show
really
up.
Mourn with those that mourn.
So if they don't show up for you, then it's probably because they don't show up for themselves.
Yeah, or they
just don't like you.
It may be that they don't like you, and that's okay. That will fade out, right? But if it comes back, it may just be a season. And I feel like if adult friendships aren't working out, just let it fade out. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to break up. Just let it fade out. I have a quote that I saw. It said, she just farted.
Elsie. Cute girl.
Be selective in friendship, because in adulthood, friendship is no longer small talk and plans. It's carrying the weight of each other's silences, heartbreaks, and healing. It's the hand that steadies you when you cannot stand, and the voice that tells you the truth when lies would be easier. It is not built on how much fun you have, but on how deeply you are understood. It is not who laughs the loudest with you, but who refuses to leave when the room grows quiet. It is choosing each other even when life is unkind, messy, and inconvenient. And that kind of friendship is rare, which is why you guard it, honor it, and never mistake it for anything less than sacred. I thought that was good because it's like, I feel like adult friendships are deeper than like maybe some earlier on surface level friendships. And the ones that stay are because they mourn with you when you mourn. They comfort you when you need comfort. They're, you know, like they're sitting with you in the heavy. And I feel like those are the like true deep friendships that end up lasting throughout your life.
That was good.
We live in Las Vegas and we are moving in a few months to Utah, moving to a place where we already have friends. And that's really nice. We're going to miss our friends here. That's what I'm going to miss the most about Vegas is the people we've met here. And our friends here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And our soccer family, all the things like I'm going to miss so much about Las Vegas. Besides that, we really love Vegas. We love the weather. We love all the things. But something that is helping me is one, we're going to be a little bit closer to family. And two is like, we already have friends. And we try to remind our kids that like, yes, we're going to miss these friends and we're still going to be in touch with these friends. And maybe when they vacation and they can stop by or we'll go back to Vegas, you know. But it makes the transition a little easier being like, hey, our friends that we're on a trip with, like we're going to live closer to them. So that's fun. And that's exciting.
You know, I was thinking about too, our kids and their friends here, which is kind of sad to think about.
Yeah.
They may not remember them or.
Oh my God.
I mean, maybe they'll remember them. They'll remember, I knew.
So sad.
I knew this person back in second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. My best friend in elementary school. But I mean, when I think about
Ruby.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's sad.
Best friend.
But like I think about my friends in elementary school.
Yeah.
They weren't even my friends in high school.
I know. Well, except for the one I was just talking about.
And we lived in the same town. And so our kids, not only are they going to grow older and probably obviously make other friends, but they're also moving away from these friends and are not going to. But you know what? But again, social media technology will maybe change that.
Yeah, maybe it'll be different than
it'll be different than what we had.
Right?
But I was just thinking about that, like they're best friends right now. Who knows how good of friends they're going to be when they.
Okay, ouch. Let's look at it this way.
I hope they're good friends.
Let's look at it this way. I was like to tell them and I was telling them some of your best friend in your whole entire life, you maybe haven't even met yet. Like that's exciting. You're going to meet great people. Like there's more friends to meet, more people. And even these vacation friends, like literally we just met them, most of them truly like a couple years ago. And they're like some of our favorite people, you know? And like, I just feel grateful when I think about friends. I just feel grateful that years, our circle just slowly gets bigger and bigger. Like, that's a beautiful thing, you know?
Yeah.
And it makes me sad to leave Vegas, but I also have to look at it as like, my circle is just going to grow bigger. You know, and that's like a really special thing because when I was talking to my sister about like moving, I was saying like how sad it is because I feel like I have the best friends I've ever had in adulthood here. And that took time. That took years. Like I've lived here for how long have we lived here? Almost 7 years.
7 years.
7 years. And I really feel like my best friends I've met with like truly started having relationships within the last couple. Like the first beginning, I didn't really meet anybody. And I think that's also largely due to like my health issues.
Right.
And I feel like the best friends I've had has just been in recent years. So it breaks my heart to leave them. But I was telling my sister, like, I feel so bad about my kids and them leaving their friends and whatnot. And my sister was like, you know what? I think you will actually have the hardest time, which kind of made me sad. But I also have to look at it as like my circle's just going to get bigger, you know?
Yeah, and we can still keep in touch.
Yeah, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
I'm grateful we can have social media and Marco Polo and all the things. So don't take for granted your adult friendships and
But also cherish the new ones. Be open to making new friends.
And you have to, I feel like with adult friendships, you have to put in work. Like if you want friends, you have to initiate. You have to put in work. You have to text. You have to call. You have to invite. Like you have to kind of put yourself out there until you find your people, Yeah. And it takes work, but I feel like it's so worth it. And it just helps with everything, your mental health, your social life, all the things. We're excited for you guys to become our virtual friends. Thanks for joining us for R&R Time with Ruben and RyLee. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Peace.